What's up, YouTube? This is Slifer Red Duelist back at you again with another deck profile here by yours truly, Jarrod. What do we got going on today?
Trash.
Well, kind of trash.
Spooky trash. Seeing as how it's the month of October. It's pretty good. Pretty good tie-in for some little baby boys. Ghostricks. Y'all remember Shadow Specters? I do. I was very, very hyped for that deck. That set, I mean. Alright. Already off to a good start. Let's get into it, boys. So we play 3 copies of Jiangshi because it's the best card in the deck. So, Ghostricks. If you don't know, if you're one of them new players, they have a stupid gimmick that you can't normal summon them unless you control another face-up one. Well, how do you get them out? You can set them just fine. Oh, yeah, dude. And they all, well, not all, most all have effects when they're flipped face up. Jiangshi, its effect is you add a Ghostrick from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the amount of total face-up Ghostrick monsters you control, right? Yep, monsters. Alright. So if you have just Jiangshi out there and it gets flipped up by, say, a fucking attack, you can search out one of the hand trap ones and be good to go. The best one, the one you want to start off with as soon as possible. Do you ever start off with it though? No. You play 1 copy of Mummy. Mummy gives you an additional normal summon of a Ghostrick. That's it. I only play it for one specific reason you'll see later. And then 2 copies of Stein. When Stein does battle damage to your opponent, it lets you add a Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck to your hand. 1600 attack, I believe is the beefiest main deck monster I run. He was pretty cool. He was one of my favorites back when I played this when it first came out. We're going to move on to Witch and Nekomazume. They're both the level 2s of the deck. The level 2s are probably the stars of the deck, to be quite honest. Witch is a Book of Moon. Book of Moon's one of your opponent's monsters. It's pretty cool. Nekomazume, on the other hand, is Book of Moon on crack, and any level 4 or higher monster that is normal or special summoned is flipped face up if you have another Ghostrick monster on board. So I have a pretty neat combo / lockout sort of meme with her that I'll show off in a bit. Another thing I should have mentioned probably at the start of this is that all Ghostricks except the extra deck monsters have the effect to flip themselves face down again. So, you know, pretty chill. We move on to the level 1s. The big meme boy himself, Jack Frost. If your opponent declares a direct attack, you can flip that monster face down and then special summon him in face down defense position. He's very strong. He's one of the stronger hand traps. You know, he doesn't target. It's pretty good. Boy, why'd you laugh? He doesn't. And then we get the other attack preventer, Ghostrick Lantern, the boy. He also stops direct attacks and attacks on Ghostrick monsters, but he doesn't flip them face down. He just negates the attacks. And then he summons himself face down. He's pretty good. The last of the Ghostrick monsters, we got 3 Mary. Mary is when you take damage at all from your opponent, you can discard her and special summon a Ghostrick in face down defense position. Once per turn, but I mean, it's all you need. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, and then the last monster we run is Run Maxi for consistency.
The best monster in the game.
Hell yeah, dude. Alright, now we're going to move on to some spells here. Got Triple Allure of Darkness, so you can draw through your entire fucking deck. All the monsters, except for 1, are dark, and most all of them you can do without a copy in your deck. The only one you really can't is Mummy. At least the way I play it. 1 Raigeki for a board wipe, you already know. And then my tech card of choice, 3 Ties of the Brethren.
Why do you play this?
Okay, so Ghostricks have this really funny theme that I don't think they noticed when they were making them, or anybody else has noticed thus far. But based on, yeah, I know, right? Big claim coming from this fucking asshole. Based on what I have noticed, each of the levels of Ghostrick monsters have their own typing. The level 3s are zombies, the level 2s are spellcasters, and the level 1s are fiends. So I run the ties mainly for the zombies. So if you have out Mummy, Jiangshi, or this, you could ties and get the other 2 out. And, you know, just do memes. On your next turn, you can make Alucard. You can do a lot of dumb shit with Alucard. Might get into it in a bit. I don't know if I'm feeling it, you know. You can't use it on the level 2s, at least not in my build, because I don't run doll. So I have no way of activating it for level 2s. The level 1s, it's possible to do it too, as well, but you'd probably prefer to keep those out of harm's way instead of having them on board like that. I mean, eventually they will all just come back into play, but you'd prefer to keep them in your hand. You know what I'm trying to say here? I'm asking you. You, Mark.
I don't know.
Respond, guy. I'm gonna have to scrap this whole video now because you won't just respond to words. Anyways, that's why I play ties. It brings out monsters and makes plays. 2 terraforming, because we run 4 field spells and we need them. And then here's the 4 field spells. We got 2 copies of Ghostrick Mansion and 2 copies of Ghostrick Parade. No museum because fuck museum. Mansion. But all the Ghostrick fields have the same effect that monsters cannot attack face down defense position monsters. But if that's all your opponent controls, they can attack directly. Mansion makes anything that's not a Ghostrick deal half damage. Even like effect damage if it's a monster. So Trickstars dealing 100 damage. Parade, your opponent takes no damage from you at all. And then each time they declare an attack, you get the Search a Ghostrick card. So dumb combo number 1. If you have this out, you can legitimately just search this when they declare an attack and discard it immediately and get a free monster. Well, I say free, but you're probably taking a little hefty amount. But it's all good, it's all good. Parade is a lot better than I thought it was way back when I was playing this deck. I still prefer Mansion over it, but you have to have some kind of form of consistency. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the last lineup. We got some traps. We got 3 drownings because your opponent is hopefully gonna be attacking directly a lot. You just want to say fuck you. And that's really the theme of this deck. They attack directly and you fuck them for it. Drowning's a pretty good choice for that. Got 2 copies of Ghostrick Scare. Alright, this card is a Book of Eclipse on Craig. So basically you target face down defense position monsters you control, any amount, flip them face up, and then for each Ghostrick you flipped face up, you flip one of your opponent's monsters face down. It doesn't target, and the Ghostrick monsters will each get their effects if they have one of the flip-based effects. And they all flip at the same time, so say I flipped these Zhongxis, each of the Zhongxis would be able to search a level 3 monster. And it's pretty crazy. You know, if you flip Skeleton and you flip 5 monsters, Skeleton is going to banish 5 cards face down. I don't play Skeleton though because that's his own kind of meme build. Maybe if I had time I'd go into it, but I don't. Then you play 2 copies of Ghostrick Vanish. It's their protection card. You reveal a Ghostrick monster in your hand, and this turn, Ghostrick cards you control and face down defense position monsters you control cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. It's really simple. But it just stops some of your stuff from going off too, so you need to assess the situation. See if it's really, really worth it. It usually is. But Vanish is a good card. Play 1 copy of Go Around. Alright, so it's once per turn in the battle phase. You target either a face-up Ghostrick you control or a face-down monster you control. Change the battle position, you know, and then do the opposite to an opponent's monster. So if you have the attack position one, you target a face-down defense, or you don't even target. You change one of their face-down monsters to face-up attack position. And then if you have the defense position one, it goes to attack position, and then if it's a Ghostrick, you flip your opponent's monster face-down. It's pretty good. And then we got the best card in the deck, the dumb combo with Nekomazume, Ghostrick Knight. Mark, tell him what it does.
I don't even know.
It's the card that, like, destroyed you. Alright. So, while a Ghostrick monster is on the field, your opponent cannot flip summon. And when this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, your opponent cannot declare an attack for the rest of the turn. So the dumb combo is typically, it's not even that hard to do. You get out Angel of Mischief, Nekomazume, and this, and your opponent cannot summon at all, typically, unless they're playing some kind of meme deck that runs under level 4 monsters. But, you know, it's pretty good. Gofu gets flipped face down. I don't give a fuck. Blue Eyes, everything face down.
Not Sage.
What the fuck's Sage gonna do?
Sage and Egg.
What are they gonna do? I don't think they're really gonna do anything.
Going Dullahan, dude.
Okay. Your point? You want to see a Dullahan? That's it for main deck, by the way. 40 cards. I had a 60 card variant of this before. It was fun. It bricked. Alright, extra deck. I have a 14 card extra deck because I can't be damned to find a 15th card. So I got one copy of Angel of Mischief, the worst win condition in the game. So, she's 2 level 4 monsters, and then you can exceed using a Ghostrick Exceed material. Or Ghostrick Exceeds as material, just by slapping it on there. Once per turn, you can detach to search a Ghostrick spell or trap, and you can attach a Ghostrick card from your hand to her as an Exceeds material once per turn. And then her stupid win condition is if she has 10 materials, you win the duel. It's terrible. If you ever get this off, you're a god and you deserve a handshake. Like, I haven't, but... she combos good with the main boy, Ghostrick Aloo card. So he just pops a face-down card that your opponent controls, any face-down card. And then he sets the theme for him and Dullahan. If they are sent to the graveyard, you add a Ghostrick card except for them back to your hand. So that includes even detaching, which is pretty crazy. But he's my baby boy. Got these nice ultis here. You know how I do. One copy is so cute. Well, it's just because it's a Ghostrick. It blocks out an opponent's zone, but that's never going to happen. You also really don't want to exceed into 2s in this deck. At least not the way I play it, seeing as how there's only 2 level 2 monsters. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get them back. And we got the meat and potatoes, 3 Dullahan. Has monsters attack. Oh, he's pretty crazy. That's a quick effect, too. It's pretty crazy. And he has the same effect as a loot card. When he's sent to grave, add a Ghostrick card from grave to hand. Except for himself. He probably has my favorite art of the Exceeds. And then we get on to the non-Ghostrick cards. 1 Leviair, because sometimes shit gets banished and you kind of want it back. It doesn't really matter that much. I usually don't go into it. I usually don't make anything except the Ghostrick cards. But occasionally stuff will happen. Dante for the meme, because I don't have any other rank 3s on me. Played 2 copies of Princess Sprite. Princess Sprite's amazing. I love her.
Good art.
She's so good. Basically, you detach, you excavate, and if it's a spell or trap, you add it to your hand. If it's a monster, it goes to grave. She has an effect with plants and Sylvans, but this isn't a Sylvan deck, so it doesn't matter. And then, you know, the standard decode proxy. That's how you do it. That's how you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. You put cards in your extra deck that you don't need. Alright, so that's it.
So that's it. Ghostrick 40 card. I guess you could put the Gusto Phoenix in.
The Gusto Phoenix. You can put a lot of shit in here. There's lots of ways to play this terrible deck. It's fun though.
They do get a new card. I guess it's supposed to be good.
It's okay. Wouldn't really call it good. It just helps you win with Angel of Mischief better.
Yeah. So that was like a little Halloween special, I guess.
Spooky
skeleton. So we do have some more coming out next week. You know, if he wants to give you a little heads up when he finds it.
He's right here. Hey.
There he is. In all his glory.
Oh, hell yeah. All
you know, double helix.
Yeah, dude. I'm a poor player, but I have 2 super agents. Just 2.
So this would be Slifer Red Duelist signing out.